A reliable wired microphone as a backup is an absolute must-have for mobile entertainers, DJs, musicians, you name it. How much do you want to spend on this backup mic though that you may never use? But also, when is it too cheap? So we actually have the opportunity to test out the PM-25S from Phenyx Pro. I think this might offer a great solution for this exact problem. We're gonna get into it right now. What's going on, everybody? Justin Schwartz here, coming at you as always from the lovely DJs Guru studio. And today, yes, we are going to talk about the Phenyx Pro PM-25S, a very straightforward cardioid wired microphone that not really sexy, but I think it's going to offer a really great solution for all of the musicians, mobile entertainers, and DJs out there. Before we dive into it, make sure you're checking us out at thedjsguru.com. Also, if you are looking for information or have questions on this, feel free to leave a comment or question below. We love to hear your feedback. And give this video a like if you like it, and also consider subscribing to our page. We would love to see you back here again. Now, back to the Phenyx Pro PM-25S. So, as I said to you, it's a must-have for DJs, musicians, you name it, to have a backup wired microphone ready to go, because you never know when the wireless might fail. You never know when you might need an extra microphone. There's a lot of different reasons why you may need it. However, you may never use it. You may use it once a year. So, how much you want to spend on that microphone is something that you want to consider. As stated, you always have to have, this is my actual DJ bag, and what do I have here? I have a wired microphone with an XLR cable. This is actually an EV ND76 that I always have with me. It's rock solid, works great. However, it's well over $100. So for something that I may only use a couple times a year, is that something that I really want to spend? You know, that's up to you. But for me, hey, if there's an option that's less expensive, maybe I'll consider it. So in comes the Phenyx Pro PM-25S, which actually retails out under 50 bucks. It is going to come with a bunch of different accessories with that, and we're going to go through all of that now. We're also going to talk about some of the features and the specifications of it as well, and we're going to do a test. We're going to do an actual vocal test to hear how it sounds and compare it to my EV, and we'll go from there and see what we think, and hey, is it worth it? We'll find out. But let's do the unboxing so you can see exactly what comes with this. So here's a nice, lovely box that it came in. It comes with an instruction manual. It comes with a nice case here, which, just like the EV, is very, very necessary. So that way you can take the microphone and place it inside and keep it handy, ready to go. This is the S version, which S stands for switch, right? So it has a switch on it for on and off. This is an all-metal construction cardioid microphone. Has a built-in anti-roll mechanism here, which is great to have. Also has some filtering inside. Cardioid pattern means it's going to pick up basically anything coming forward here. A little bit of background noise, but not so much. Mostly just vocal performances, emceeing, things like that. So it's really ideal for something like that. Now, holding it in my hand, all metal construction here. Really feels well made to me. It feels very similar to the other one I just had. Also comes with a nice XLR cable with a cable tie on here. This looks to be about 20 to 25 feet. And a mic clip. So for under 50 bucks, you're getting the microphone, you're getting the cable, you're getting the bag, and the mic clip, which, I mean, just this by itself, you can spend 10 bucks on, right? So all this stuff is included, which makes it budget friendly and makes it a great value. But the big thing is, how does it sound, right? And when is cheap too cheap? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to spend a little bit more but have something that you can rely on is always going to sound great, I would always suggest going that way. But if this is going to do the job in those emergency situations in a similar fashion to the more expensive item, this is where you may want to spend a little bit less money. And I think that's the time where I think it makes sense for us to go and do our testing. So we're gonna take it outside, we're gonna compare it and listen to it ourselves, and we'll see what we see and see what we hear, more importantly. All right, it's the summer, which means we were able to get outside on my beautiful park field here, and we're gonna actually do some testing here of the Phenyx Pro PM-25S. That stands for the switch. And I'm gonna put it up against my EV MD7.6, and let's just see if this thing can keep up with it. Just gonna do some basic vocal stuff and we'll see what happens, all right? So I'm gonna go back and forth and we'll go from there. 1, 2, check, check, check. Hey everybody, so right now I'm testing out this microphone, and I'll tell you what, it sounds really clear. It's supposed to be increased in SPL, and I will tell you that I'm not really speaking very loud here. I'm pretty much just talking at my regular rate, and it sounds great. So if I was doing a welcome down to today's video, I really appreciate you being here as an MC, sounds great. I'm not going to sing for you, but if you were singing, I also think it would sound pretty great. So yeah, this thing's pretty good. Now I'm going to switch it over to my EV, which again is about 3 times the price, and we'll see what we hear. Hold on. 1, 2, check, 1, 2. All right, so I will say that it sounds almost the same. I feel like this might be a little bit more flat compared to what I was just hearing. But as far as the, and also, I'm gonna do this again, hold on. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Back to the EV, test, test, test. I mean, I don't really hear much of a difference. I really don't. So I think it's pretty safe to say, for under 50 bucks, with everything that's included on the PM-25S, I think it's worth the money, 100%. All right, everybody, so what did you think? I will tell you that in this situation, as I said, it's a backup item. It's something that we're not always going to be using a lot. I found that the PM-25S from Phenyx Pro was absolutely something to consider, and was reliable enough to keep in your bag, make sure that it's there when you need it, and feel confident when you are using it in those situations without having to break the bank and spend 3 or 4 times more. Or conversely, some of the $50 microphones out there are made of plastic. They're gonna break if you drop them one time. They are flimsy, they look like not so good. This is not that. This is really elegant looking. It feels like a quality professional item, and it's not something that I would feel embarrassed to hand over to one of my clients, which, you know, some of the other options at this price point, you may feel that way. So I was impressed with it. I think definitely worth the money. If you're interested in making a purchase on this, you can actually click the link down in our description here. You can certainly do that. If you have any questions, you can drop them down below. We're always happy to answer questions, or if you have any feedback on what we did here today, what could we be doing better, anything like that, I'm always happy to hear it. I listen and read all the comments, so thank you very much. Lastly, make sure you're checking us out at thedjsguru.com, and consider subscribing to our page. We're going to be coming at you with much more content in the future, and we do appreciate that. So thank you everyone for watching today. We hope you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed making it, and that you got something out of it, most importantly. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.